I told him that if I had to start all over again, I'd still do affiliate marketing, and I'd still start out with Amazon, to be honest. Because they make it so easy. And they pay us monthly now, where they used to only pay us once a quarter. And they used to pay you a flat rate, and that's all you got, plain and simple, 4 or 5%, but now they give you incentives. If you do business, it's not a lot of business, they move you up 5%, 6%, 7%. You don't have to do anything. So if you sell a plasma TV and you get 7%, that's a pretty good deal. And they give you incentives if they have something they want to push. Health and beauty division, they came out and said, we'll pay you 10% if you do health and beauty when they're pushing that. Now they're doing MP3 downloads. They'll give you a 20% payout on the MP3 downloads. That's a pretty good kick. If that's in your market, you drop it in there, you do it. So what I would do all over again, you guys don't understand. John Reel kept saying that. Well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What are you going to tell us? Well, that's because that's what I get paid for, and I'm too busy to do everything in the world. But I show you the test results so you know that I can do what I show you. And I show you the results, and this is what happens. And I also have all the internet marketers of the world talk about how much business they get from me and stuff. So there's plenty of proof out there. I don't attack every little market that I show you. And I use the tools that I'm giving you to use too. I don't hold anything back. How do I do my research? I think the biggest thing I have to convey to you is just how I think. So I like walking you guys through stuff that we do rather than technically how do I build the website. Save that for the DVD tutorials. But looking at it and saying this is why I did what I did and this is why I would do it. And then when you look at some of the tutorials, I actually walk you through me doing some research. And it's all there. There's nothing held back. You might not have Traffic King Pro. You might not have 3 or 4 programmers, bless you, on staff like I do. There's no reason you can't, because what did I give you? I gave you how to get a hold of my guys that I use. They're the best ones I ever used, the most expensive ones. If you want to know how to hire a programmer less expensively, Super Affiliate Coaching Club, project management, there's several things that are in there about that. I went through the process, talked about how I select them, how I find those people, how we run them, have project managers run it, how we run a virtual office. There are hundreds of hours worth of content to cover all that kind of stuff, so the nitty-gritty. But he said, what do you do? And I said, this is exactly what I do. I'd start out in affiliate marketing again. And I'd do the testing like John Reel talked about. That's how we do it. We test stuff like that. We go out, we find an affiliate product, we test the conversions of the sales letter. If we decide if we have to use our own sales letter, we decide whether or not we're getting more money from company A versus company B, and we decide whether we should develop our own product in that category. And there's actually tutorials in the club about that too. So, I don't have to show you the mechanics of it, but he's absolutely right. That's how you do it. You go find a couple products in the market you're wanting to evaluate. We do the exact same thing. We take a look at it. I actually laid out a thing in the club for it. You'll find it when you look for it, and it says how to get paid to develop your own products. So that's what I do. So what would I do? I'd start out as an affiliate marketer again, because I still am an affiliate marketer. Just don't have as much time for it as I used to, because I got all these different businesses running on top of it. And I'd start out with Amazon.com, and I'd still use Blog and Ping, and I'd still use data feeds. We still, to this day, use all of those techniques and tools. The only thing I'd do different is I would start collecting emails, which I do now, which I didn't do back then. And I'd look for the product categories that pay me the most. I'd test it against different companies and see who actually ends up paying me the most. I split tested free cell phones through CJ.com. And it was amazing the difference in the earnings I could make by paying attention to which one converts better for me. Set it up 3 sites. Same traffic source, thousands and thousands of visitors, 100 actions or more, which means buying in this case. Who paid me the most money at the end of the day? That's all I needed to know. Log into my CJ.com account. Company A, when I send them the traffic, is the one that converts 3 times better than company B or C. So I would throw B and C out the door, and I go with A. But while I'm going with A, I run with company D and E, and I plug them into my testing too. And I want to see if D and E can beat A. If D and E can't beat A, what do? Toss them out, plug in 2 more guys. Then if there's enough money, what do I have to do now? I know the market, and I know who converts the best in the market. What do I have to do to be successful? If it's worth me developing my own product on, aren't I going to look at the guy that I've been testing everyone else against? What was happening as I was testing? I got paid to develop my own product. I got to see who converted best. I got to look at their sales funnels. I knew all their stats. and I got paid while I was running my testing. Then I have to make the decision. Is it worth it to me economically? Like Pablo said, there's a cost of allocation of resources, not necessarily monetary. It's also man hours. Cost of allocation of our resources to get the job done. Is it worth it for me? Yes or no? I can't tell you if it's worth it for you. It might be worth it to you and not worth it to you. And it might be worth it to me but not to you. So you got to answer that question. I can't. You ask me what I promote for what kind of money? Well, I'll tell you what. There's things that I know I can make $50,000 in that I won't even bother doing it. Because there's something else I'm going to make more money on, and I only have so many hours in the day and so much staff, and if I bring on new people, I still have to train them, I still have to roll it out, and then it always takes focus away, because Anthony's got to run the next team that comes in. So you just got to look at what works, what's best for you. But those are the things that we actually do in our business as internet marketers. So all the questions I had at lunch, I just answered again. I would do affiliate marketing. I would not be concerned that I'm selling a digital camera, because believe me, those sites I put up, I'm not going to be able to do anything with now, will I? Why? My own phone's ringing. Because you guys know they're there. So if I wanted to build a linking network, my own giant linking network, and I started putting my own links that I wanted to hide from other people, and I put them on the blogs, I just showed you guys how to build, but I showed you that they work, and I showed you how you got in the engines with them right away. Wouldn't it be fairly simple for 5 million people in this world who end up watching this stuff to just simply go to those blogs and say, oh, that's what Jeff's doing. That's where he's building his websites. Then I would care. I don't care that you know that I'm in digital cameras or plasma TVs. I just don't want you to see my sales funnel. I don't want to hand it to you on a silver platter. But I show you my opt-in forms for my public stuff, and I'll show you what works. I think I've got more in the presentation here. I should probably turn this ringer off. Why would my wife call knowing that I'm probably on stage talking right now? Okay, that's fixed. So does anyone understand what John was talking about, how we test products and how we get paid to develop products? Incrementally, you only have to make it a little bit better. And I gave an entire presentation on that that's on your DVD, so let's move on. That's all you have to do. And John is a big tester with the best software out there. Right, John? Right. Yeah. Okay, what we're going to show you. Underground Confessions, people had asked about that promo that was going on there. Oops. For altitude, I gave a bonus. It was a static page. It got ranked in the search engines right away, and it was a static page, and I linked to it from a blog, and somebody asked about it, so I just wanted to show them.